Hi, I'm Mike Hansen with Hansen Fitness for Golf, and I'm out here at Dove Canyon Country Club filming a few exercises that you can do at home to increase mobility, flexibility, and strength for your golf game. So what Scott is in kind of the fetal position here with the knees bent. And what he's going to do is, to get more rotation in the upper back, he's just going to bring his arm up this way. He's going to lay back as far as he can and let that stretch, and then he's going to go back to center and then back again. So this is something you can do repetitions of. Go ahead back. About 10 repetitions, and you just want to hold it for about 2 seconds on each time. A way to get a little bit more stretch in the upper back or the side is you're going to go ahead and extend that bottom leg there. And you can do this on the ground or on a table or on your bed, anywhere. Go ahead and open up again. And now his hips are closed a little bit more and he's getting more of a stretch. You see, he can't go as far. So this is a great stretch you can do on your own to get more open in the thoracic spine. One of the most important muscles in the golf swing are the glutes, or the butt muscles. They are the stabilizers to the lower body. And a lot of people do not know how to activate them or use them. So what we're going to do is a step-by-step way to activate your glutes. So the first thing I'm going to have Scott do is a pelvic tilt. So he's going to arch his back. You'll see it, his back arches up here. That's called the anterior tilt. And then he's going to tuck his butt under and push his back flat into the table. And we call that a posterior tilt. And when he does that posterior tilt, he should feel the glutes or the butt muscles contract. Then we have him go back and forth for a couple times just to kind of get that feeling, and then flatten the back. Good. Okay, so when he gets that flat back and the glutes squeezed, he's just going to lift a little bit. And if you notice, his belt buckle is going to continue to go towards his head. That's a big important. And there he should be squeezing most of your glute. And you're just going to hold that, because while you're holding it, the neuromuscular, the part that tells which muscles to go, is learning which ones to use. And you're going to hold that for about 20 seconds and then relax. Come down. That's good. And once you get that a few times, you can go ahead again. Squeeze. Now we're just going to lift a little bit more. And he should feel that about 80% in the butt muscle. You probably get about 20% in the hamstring or the back of the leg. And you're going to hold that for about 20 seconds. The key is to hold it so the mind can learn which muscles to use. And go ahead and come down. And that's going to get you stronger glutes, or be able to activate those for more stability in your lower body in the golf swing. So we just showed you a great drill exercise to activate your glute muscles, or get the glutes firing. Now what we're going to do is show you an advanced exercise. Once you get those glutes to fire, you can move on to this exercise. So we're going to do the exact same motion. So we're going to flatten the lower back, belt's going to tilt up. He's going to lift just a little bit more, just like that. Now he's just going to do a march. So each time, so when his left leg comes up, the right glute's contracting. When the right leg comes up, the left glute's contracting. And in this exercise, you want to keep your pelvis as flat as you can. You don't want to see a lot of tilting. And you want to feel this mainly in the glute muscle. If you start to feel it in the hamstring or the lower back, you need to stop and go back to the exercise before, where you're just activating those. This is another exercise that you can do for more thoracic extension, or more mobility in your thoracic spine for a better turn. So what we're going to do is, Scott's on all fours here. He's going to get a neutral posture. So to do this, we're going to do what's called an anterior tilt, where his butt's going to go out. He's going to increase the arch in his lower back. Then he's going to go under as far as he can. Go back under the other way, posterior tilt as far as you can. Then you're going to go back under to the anterior tilt, and now he's going to go from there. He's going to go what he feels like is in between those two, to neutral. Okay, so once we find that neutral spine, this is called, we call him reach back. So he's going to put his hand behind his head. He's going to come down. He's going to bring his right elbow towards his left knee, and then he's going to go up as high as he can. Now with this, you want to continue to do it back and forth, but you want to try and keep your hips as stable as possible. You don't really want the hips to push either way. And you do about 10 to 15 of these on each side with a big stretch as you go up. This next exercise is called bird dog arm and leg extension. This is one of the best exercises you can do for core stability and more mobility in the shoulder and in the hips. So what you're going to do is, first of all, you're going to get in a neutral posture first. So you want to get your back as flat as possible. Then what you're going to do is you're going to raise your right arm and your left knee, and then you're going to try to extend as far as you can, and then bring them under together. Bring your elbow to your knee and back under. Now the core is working to stabilize everything. Your hip has to extend here. Your backside, your butt, your hamstrings are all working to raise the leg. You got your shoulder working to extend the leg, and you want to keep your bicep just as close to your ear as you can. You don't want to get a lot of movement this way, and you want to keep your back as flat as you can throughout the movement. And you do about 15 on each side, and then we can do the same thing on the other side. You might see an imbalance where you're stronger on one side than you are on the other. You might want to add about 5 reps to the one that's weaker if you tend to fall over. So try that for more stability in your core. This next exercise is called the reverse crunch. So the most important muscle in the posterior tilt, or when you're coming through and your butt tucks under this way, is the lower part of the abdominal wall, and this is one that very seldom gets worked, and this is a great way to work it. It's called the reverse crunch. So you want to lay on your back. You can put your hands at your side, and you're going to start with your knees right here at a 90-degree angle, and you're going to lift them back this way. And you only want to come back to this point. If you tend to extend your legs this way, it causes your lower back to kind of arch and puts that in jeopardy for injury. So what we're going to do is just going to start right here. You're going to roll back. It's a very little movement, but you're going to feel those abs working hard. If you have a lower back problem or tightness or issue, you can always take your hands like a spade, just like this, and place them right under your lower back for a little bit of support. So go ahead and lift up, and then just like that. That's going to support your lower back and make that just a little bit easier for those back muscles. Try that for more stability in your lower part of your core.